Our guest today is a broadcasting legend, not just in Medicine Hat, where he can be heard weekdays on My 96 FM, but across Western Canada. Hudson is our guest today, and he's dressed up for Halloween. Oh.
Hey, buddy.
I thought you were dressing up.
No, just gotta work still.
So you're a Mexican wrestler riding in on a unicorn.
Well, this whole thing.
Wow. Now, I don't need to ask whether or not you had this stuff lying around the house, do I?
This is actually my 7th costume of the year so far.
It is.
So it is kind of. This is just kind of what I had later on this morning. You know how it is, like in broadcasting, you wake up early, you got to get out early, you just grab what's on the floor.
Well, what do you think of my costume?
What'd you go as?
I'm an anthropologist. Can't you see all the dinosaurs on the tie?
Huh? Subtle.
Very,
talented.
very, very subtle. Very, very, very subtle. You mentioned 7 costumes.
Yes.
We have a couple of your other costumes that you went out as.
Oh,
so
okay.
So already this year you've gone out as Rick from Rick and Morty.
For legal purposes, just generic mad scientist.
Just generic mad scientist.
I can't afford another lawsuit.
Okay. And then Barf.
Just a dog.
Just a dog,
Just
yes.
a dog.
But for some people, this is the character that John Candy played in the movie Spaceballs. And each and every Halloween for the last 3 years, Hudson and I get together to talk about John Candy, who we miss and love so much.
Well, it's his birthday today.
It is his birthday. He would have been 74.
Wow.
74.
Yeah.
And when you think about the fact that he's been gone since 1994 now, that's 30 years. Is that 30 or 40 years? 30 years, as Brian corrected me very quickly. So he's been gone for 30 years.
30, hard to believe, isn't it? Because again, like, he passed away way too young.
Yeah.
Had a great career still ahead of him. He had plans still. The nice thing is, though, we're going to get to see maybe a little bit more of that, I think.
Yeah, next year is going to be a great year for John Candy fans. Paul Myers, who in addition to being Mike Myers' brother, wrote a great book and did a great documentary on Kids in the Hall. And that won a bunch of awards and was at the Toronto International Film Festival 2 years ago. So Paul has announced that his book on John Candy will be out in the spring, and Paul Myers and Ryan Reynolds are producing a documentary on John Candy that will be out this time next year, probably in time for his 75th birthday.
I do hope so, because again, I mean, obviously the two of us being fans of Mr. Candy, we know a lot of the stories that are coming up. Excited to see them again in a new way and learn new things.
Oh yeah.
But an absolutely fascinating life, and one of the kindest, gentlest souls ever.
Well, the thing that constantly gets me is there are people out there who don't know who John Candy is. Now, you and I are of the age where when we were kids, his movies were huge. In fact,
I mean, I was a much younger kid at the time.
Yes, you were. So here is John Candy in the SCTV skit, Whatever Happened to Baby Ed. And I don't know if you recognize the person on the right, but that's me from a couple years ago.
Stark resemblance to you,
Yeah, very, very much. And this was probably the greatest treat I've ever had. Oh my God, I'm crying. This is the jacket that John Candy wore on SCTV. That's Edmonton in the background when he filmed Polynesian Town, and I got to wear it. And that's Jewel Hallmeyer, the Jewel Hallmeyer dancers, standing behind me.
No way.
And he put it on me. So wow.
The legendary Johnny LaRue jacket.
The legendary Johnny LaRue jacket, and in Edmonton. Now, here's a question for you.
Okay.
So we've got Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, the Home Alone, Spaceballs, Uncle Buck, Cool Runnings, and a bunch of other movies, Stripes, that John Candy was in. Which one out of those 9 was filmed in Alberta?
Wow, I think you might
and
have
these are none of those pictures are from SCTV. Those are from all the movies that he made. I'll give you a hint. It took place during the Olympics.
Oh, Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, there we go. So that was filmed at Olympic Park in Calgary, and always great to talk John Candy with you. Did you bring any candy today?
Not yet, I'm saving it for later.
Now, how many costumes do you have left in this year's?
I've got at least 2 more after this one.
And are you giving out candy at the mall?
Yes, I am. Medicine Hat Mall coming up at 4 till 6. It's Hudson's annual Halloween handout. I got the gig because of the name. Come down to the mall, check it out, get some free candy, let's do some trick-or-treating and do some selfies.
Happy birthday, John Candy. Thanks for watching Chat News.